After rumors spread that the United States is now mobilizing to resupply Israel with weapons, Iran has finally played its most alarming trump card. That trump card is none other than the Strait of Hormuz. By controlling this strait, Iran could disrupt global trade, including shipments to Israel, and the U.S. reports suggest Iran is preparing to blockade the strait using thousands of naval mines to halt commercial traffic. This move would heavily favor Iran during this fragile ceasefire period. The concerns began when Israel launched its war against Iran on June 13th. Following attacks targeting nuclear facilities and military bases, U.S. intelligence discovered that Iran was loading naval mines onto its military vessels in the Persian Gulf. Satellite imagery and intelligence operations in the Middle East confirmed Iran's serious intent to counter threats from Israel and the U.S. While the exact number remains unclear, Iran is estimated to possess at least 5,000 naval mines, enough to block ship access through the Strait of Hormuz. This development has raised fears across the Middle East and the world about the freedom of navigation in one of the most critical maritime choke points. Instead of de-escalating tensions, the U.S. escalated by attacking Iran's nuclear sites, further provoking Iran to weaponize the Strait of Hormuz as leverage against the U.S. and Israel. True to form, Iran's government issued a symbolic resolution supporting the strait's closure after the U.S. struck 3 of its nuclear facilities. This signals that a blockade could happen at any moment, pending orders from Iran's Supreme National Security Council. If executed, global trade would face severe disruptions. Analysts widely regard the Strait of Hormuz as Iran's ultimate geopolitical weapon, one capable of destabilizing the world. Why is this strait so important? Is the Strait of Hormuz as vital as Egypt's Suez Canal? Absolutely. Located between Oman and Iran, it links the Persian Gulf to the Gulf of Oman and the Arabian Sea, serving as the world's most critical oil transit route. At its narrowest point, the strait is just 21 miles wide, with shipping lanes only 2 miles wide in each direction. Over 20% of global LNG supplies and 25% of seaborne oil trade pass through here, mostly destined for Asia, Japan, India, South Korea, and China. In 2023 alone, the strait handled 21 million barrels of oil per day, worth $1.2 billion daily at 2019 prices. A blockade would trigger an energy crisis, with oil prices potentially soaring to $100 to $150 per barrel. The hardest hit nations would be Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Kuwait, Qatar, and Iraq, whose economies rely on Hormuz for 85% of their crude exports. Qatar, the world's top LNG exporter, ships nearly all its gas through this route. How long could Iran sustain a blockade? Critical question: how long can Iran keep the strait closed? While the U.S. and allies would likely intervene, a 2008 study in international security estimated Iran could block the strait for up to a month, thanks to its stockpile of missiles and naval mines. Even a 1-month closure would have catastrophic effects. 570 million barrels of oil, stranded, 19 million per day, times 30 days. Gulf states could lose $37 billion at $65 per barrel. Current status: as of now, the strait remains open. However, U.S. intelligence cannot confirm whether Iran has removed its mines. The Pentagon refuses to comment, while the White House claims Operation Midnight Hammer, ordered by President Trump, has secured the strait. Skeptics question if this is factual or political posturing. Another potential fabrication by the Trump administration